and welcome back to Tomb Raider. This is the start of the Age of Levels. We're on level 10 now, City of Khamoon. So straight away we're going to drop down here. Drop onto the sand. And we're going to take a little shortcut up here. So once we've pulled this lever, we're going to drop down. We're going to pull this block out twice. And there are some pickups just behind it, so I think I might actually pull it out 3 times. So you can probably see what I'm doing here. By pulling up this block, I'm creating a bridge across the other side, which means I'll be able to move the block above me, just to the left there, and I'll be able to climb up the other side of the gap. So I'll just hop over. We'll pick up the medikit and the magnum shells. She wants to pick them up. Cool. Then you can either pull the other block over and start pushing it, or you can just push this back into place. Okay, so let's start pulling it. One more time. And then we'll give it one more push. The camera does some weird things. Okay, so let's hop on up. We'll climb up here. And then you want to jump up and grab the crack and then just shimmy across. Just here should be fine. And then straight away we're going to get our guns out and we're going to shoot a panther. I'm going to shoot panthers or jaguars or pumas or one of those. I don't know. I'm going to call them panthers. Okay, so we're going to hop on up here, pick up the small medipack, and there's some more magnum shells at the end. Now there's an enemy just down here. This is a new one to the game. Basically, they are extremely energetic mummies, and they're quite hard to kill and they are very dangerous, so I'm going to get my magnums out. I'm going to snipe at him from up here, so just don't slide down just yet. Now they do sort of explode. Sometimes they explode anyway, sometimes they just sort of silently, I'm not quite sure what you'd call it, but make sure you're not too close to them when you do defeat them, because the explosion can hurt Lara. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a few more collectibles. Some shotgun shells just on top of this pillar. And then you can see that there's some water below me, so I'm just going to run off into the water. I'm going to pick up these magnum shells. There should be some more just over here. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to hop on top of here now. This Sphinx statue you can see, it's kind of creepy actually. We'll pull that block out in just a moment, but for now, we're going to climb around the back of the Sphinx's head. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. You can't climb up onto it for some reason, it doesn't let her... Like if you run up to it and press forward and X, she won't vault up onto it, I don't think. No, she won't do it. So I always just take a step back and jump. Ugh, she keeps doing that. Yeah, she doesn't jump up here either. Okay, because she's being awkward, I'm just gonna shimmy. And she can stand up here if you shimmy all the way over to the right. So you're gonna want to walk around here because, again, this is kind of awkward. So we're gonna vault up here. We've got some shotgun shells, and you can see there's a little dent in the back of the Sphinx's head. And we've got a key resting here. So let's pick that up. You can save your game if you want, but I won't bother for the moment. So I'm just going to drop down safely. And we'll go pull that block out. You only need to pull it out once. And then we'll use the key we just got to unlock the door. You may notice that in the Egypt levels the enemies do get a fair bit tougher. The mummies in particular are quite a lot of trouble. So I've got my magnums out here because we're going to fight a panther. We don't really have a whole lot of room to manoeuvre, so I'm just going to pop out the I'm just going to run back and take them out nice and quick with the magnums, and with any luck you won't take any damage. So I'm just going to hop up here. There should be some magnum shells somewhere. Oh, there's some more medipack. Ignore me. And then we're going to hop to the end one. And again, you want to get your magnums out because he's about to pop out again. So just back off straight away. Got space to backflip do it. So you can see we're on the other side of the fence where the pool area was just now. We'll be able to cross that bridge much later in the level, so don't worry about that. Now there's a few crocodiles down here, so I'm going to get my pistols out. Because we can snipe at them from the top just here. The draw distance of the Pierce one isn't exactly fantastic, so sometimes she does lose a lock on. I'm just going to save my game because this level's kind of long. And the enemies are a bit tougher now, so we're going to want to be a bit careful. Okay, so let's drop down here. We'll run to the end, and right at the very end of this tunnel next to the gate is a large medipack. There's a couple of secrets in this area. We can't get one of them just yet, but I'll show you where the other one is. Before we do that though, we're going to touch on this ramp just so that we can activate the boulder and then run straight off. So we're going to jump over to this side. You can hop up here, and then we're going to do a diagonal standing jump and drop into this little hole. So there's secret one. Again, now that we're getting into the second half of the game, you're probably going to notice that the secrets and the pickups are going to be a bit harder to find, or they're going to be a bit more troublesome to get. Some of them towards the end of the game do require a lot of effort. So we're going to pull this lever here, and you're going to want to be careful when the door opens because there is a crocodile in the next room. Just climb straight out. Get your pistols out. And let's take care of him while we've got plenty of chance. Crocodiles don't take that much, so we might as well get rid of them. awkward when you don't really have an edge to step on. You just kind of have to guess where it is. So we're going to push this block forward twice. You might notice that there's some, I suppose the windows, kind of like peepholes. If you walk up to them, you can press the look button to see through the other side, but they don't really serve any other function. Just kind of get a glimpse into the room next door. So let's hop up here, turn around. There should be a switch up here we can pull. That's going to extend the platform out from the right side of the room. We're going to pull this block over to the far end because we're going to need to do a nice big jump. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save our game here because we've got a nice little opportunity right there. Before I do that, I'm going to equip my shotgun, because once we climb up onto that far ledge over there, as soon as we push that block out of the way, we're going to get attacked by a mummy. And we're going to want to take care of him pretty quickly, because he can knock you off the ledge and kill you. Also, you're in a very confined space, so you don't really have anywhere to run, which does mean that he's quite dangerous. So we're just going to want to do a running jump with a grab. And then as soon as you've pushed this block out of the way, get ready. The shotgun should take him out in about 2 or 3 shots. There we go. I don't even think I took any damage there. So we'll pull this lever, that opens up the trapdoor. We're going to want to push this block one more time. The mummies do a lot of damage, so you really do have to be careful with them. Not only can they knock you off a ledge pretty easily, but because they're so fast, it's quite hard to get a lock on them. So you don't even have to grab on that one. We're going to pull up here. And there's a lever just over this way that we need to pull. You can see that there's a sort of, I'm not really sure what you'd call it, I guess it's a cat temple, I'm not sure. But there is a sort of temple with lots of cat statues and weird cat decorum. So we're going to go grab a secret. Unfortunately it does take a fair bit of doing, but it's not that hard as long as you're careful. Most of these jumps don't even really require any sort of accuracy. So we're going to run to the end and slide down. Bollocks. Okay, so let's slide down here. And let's pick up the small medipack. You're going to want to stand on this edge here. And you can either do a running jump onto the slope and slide down, or you can just curve a little bit in midair. I'm going to jump over to the roof. I'll pick up these magnum shells. I'm going to climb up on this slanted block here. Now the secret is the Uzi Clips on top of this roof just here. You can technically drop down from the balcony where we were, but she does lose a big chunk of health. And it does also mean that you miss out on a few items. So when you jump, just make sure that you don't press grab, do a nice big running jump, and you should make it quite easily. go. If you've activated the boulder before, feel free to drop down. I'm going to take care of this crocodile first, actually. There we go. If you haven't activated the boulder, you might lose a chunk of health, but just do a safety drop. Okay, so now that we've opened this trapdoor, we're going to want to jump over to this side. We're going to want to hang and drop onto this block, and then down onto the floor. Whatever you do, do not slide down either of these two passageways. Basically, they'll turn into a spike trap, and you do have to react quite quickly to get out of them. So there's some more magnum shells here. Just run and drop down this hole. And you'll notice this room's quite dark at the moment. Once we step down here, let's grab these magnum clips in the corner. And there is another secret in this room. It's basically in the exact opposite corner to where I am now. But to get there, we're going to need to cross the other side of the room. So let's pull this lever. This opens a trapdoor back in the large room with the boulder trap. And you're going to want to be careful because there's some panthers down the ground. So let's take care of them, and then I'm going to save my game. Feel free to use your pistols here. You don't have to use any of your stronger ammunition. If you do drop down, be very careful because 2 more panthers will come out of the door on the right hand side, and then if you do touch the centre platform, another 2 panthers will come out of the door on the left hand side. So you've got to make sure you take care of them 2 at a time. Oh, come on. I hate it when they do this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to save my game here. And if you try and run and jump to the centre platform, you can't make it. You do need to cross that bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down, but as soon as my feet touch the ground, I'm going to make a run for the centre block over here. And I'm just going to run and grab this grey block. Pull up straight away. Hopefully you won't take any damage, you should be totally safe. Panthers can't get you from here, so just take them out with your pistols. They do take a while with the pistols, so if you want to use stronger ammo. And just be aware that when you touch that centre platform, the right hand door will open. Taken care of. I'm going to go get the secret, and once both of those doors are open, we'll be able to grab the items from inside. So this is actually the exit of the room. We'll be coming here in a minute. So you're going to want to be careful with this jump. I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty of health in case I fall. Yeah. Okay, so you want to do a nice big run up. Make sure you grab. And then behind the cat statue should be secret number 2. Secret number 3 even. So once we touch the centre platform, we open that door and 2 more panthers came out, so let's take care of them. Can't quite make it down to the centre platform, so just drop down safely. Obviously make sure you've got your pistols out. Just need to take care of this. Awesome. So there should be some items behind the doors. nice large medipack there. And a small medipack here. You'll probably notice that the pickups in this level are going to turn a bit more towards the shotgun shells. In the grease levels we got a lot of magnum ammunition. So if you want to use that up, that's fine. The shotgun's probably a lot more effective against the mummies. But if you have a chance to pick them off with your magnums, from a distance anyway, that might be the better option. So I'm going to be careful around here because I know there's some mummies lurking around. They really do drain your health really quickly. So again, if you have the option to either run away from them, find a sniping spot and pick at them with some magnums, that's probably the best option. If you don't have a choice, you can stand and fight with the shotgun. The shotgun should take them out in about 3 shots. So we're going to want to climb up this ramp. Hop up here. You can see that there's actually a door just up here. We're going to pick up this key. And we're going to head over into that corner. You're going to want to be careful here because it's a long way down. So I'm just going to do standing jumps to get across. Nice and easy. Pick up these magnum shells. And then let's pull this switch. I'm going to drop down safely just because it would be quite a wasted journey if we drop down now. Okay, so we're going to want to do a safety drop down here. So we've slid down right into the bottom room now. Okay, I'm just going to climb out here. This is actually the final room. The exit to the lab should just be through these doors. So we're going to use the sapphire key we picked up. And you may notice that that is right towards the start of the level. We were just above here. There's actually an interesting glitch. You can get through these bars. I'm not quite sure how to do it myself, but if you want to look up, it's pretty cool. So that's the end of the level. Kills 16, pickups 25, secrets 3 of 3.